Done. Okay. Well, geez, that separation was interesting, wasn't it? Well, welcome back. We're all alone from our kids. They're happily eating a snack right now, and we'll see them again. We have been learning about child development and things like that, and today we're going to talk about big emotions. We're going to talk about temper tantrums. So what I want you guys to do, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine the last time that your child threw a tantrum. I want you to think about where you were at. Were you at the store? Were you at home? In the car? And think about what triggered the tantrum. Now I want you to think about how you felt in that moment. And how did you respond? How did the tantrum end? Okay, now you can open your eyes. Does anybody want to share what they were thinking about?
I was thinking about how our 2-year-old son threw a tantrum because we didn't buy him a snack at the gas station. And we probably could have handled it a little bit better. I just sent Kay to go bring him out to the car, and just he stayed there. I didn't see it end, but I saw how it started.
Yeah.
That was the last time.
And sometimes that's nice if there's two of you where you can kind of tag team. Unfortunately, a lot of times you might be by yourself, and that might not be an option. Does anybody else want to share?
Yeah, so my 3-year-old, he threw a tantrum in the store because he wanted Legos, and he was rolling around on the floor, screaming and yelling, and we got home and he was still screaming and going nuts, and I just locked him in his room until he cooled down.
Okay, and how did you feel during that?
I felt like a lot of other people were judging me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, loud kid, everyone's watching, everyone's looking, embarrassed.
I'm sure we can all relate to that. I know I felt that way at times too when my kid has been throwing a tantrum. Well, thanks for sharing, you guys. So tantrums are full of emotions, not only for your child, but also for you as well, especially when you're out in public. We can get frustrated too, but guess what? Tantrums are a normal part of healthy development. So you might be wondering, why do kids throw tantrums? And one of the reasons that they do is because they can't always communicate their needs and their feelings. They might have the desire to do something for themselves, but they can't, so they might get frustrated and lack the words to tell you what it is. Another reason is temperament. Some kids are just more difficult than other kids. I'm sure those of you with more difficult children know who they are. And, there are going to be kids that might rarely throw temper tantrums, and there might be ones that throw them a lot because that's just who they are as people. Another reason is they could be stressed, tired, or overwhelmed. And those are things that we can plan for. And then the last reason is that they have strong emotions. They have not yet learned self-regulation skills. And we're going to be learning a lot more about that. Not this week, but next week we're going to talk about regulation. So one of the things that we can do to prevent tantrums is to teach kids about their feelings. So, like if you see your kid starting to get frustrated, or even, oh wow, you're feeling frustrated right now. Give them the words to say, because maybe they don't know those words themselves, especially with your little guy just being 2.5. He doesn't really know how he's feeling. He just knows he wants something. Or, wow, you look like you're getting angry. and that's okay. Another thing you can do is to identify situations and plan appropriately. Like if you're going to the store, like plan a time of day when you know your kid isn't tired or going to be hungry, because you know you're setting yourself up for and them up for failure if you're just, you know, sometimes it can't be avoided, but those are good things to try. And then another thing you can do is model some positive reactions when you're feeling stressed out. Like maybe, for example, I'm feeling rushed and stressed because we're running late. So I need to calm myself down, so I'm going to take some deep breaths and model taking some deep breaths and then move on. So that's all good, but how do we really respond? We're going to practice that today. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to calm yourself first, especially when we're out in public. And a lot of tantrums do happen in public. Some happen at home. But the first thing you need to do is calm yourself, because you're not going to be helpful to your child if you're like up there too, because you need to be the calm in their storm. So first, might need to take a deep breath. I like to take deep breaths, so I would be like, maybe you need to count to 5 or count to 10. Maybe that's your thing, and that's okay. And then the second thing you're going to do is you're going to acknowledge your child's feelings, and if you know the reason, you're going to state what the reason is. And then the third thing you're going to do is follow through on your demands. So okay, that sounds great, but really you need an example. So here's an example for you. You're running late, you need to get going out the door for the morning, and your kid wants to put their coat on all by themselves, even though they can't put it on all by themselves yet. They're getting frustrated because you're trying to help them. They don't want you to help them. They're insisting upon doing it themselves. But they get frustrated. They drop to the floor. They start screaming, right? So first, you're going to take a deep breath. Calm yourself down. And then you're going to acknowledge your child. Hey, buddy, I see you're feeling really frustrated right now. You really want to put on that coat by yourself, but you can't. And that's making you feel frustrated. A lot of times that, especially as kids get older, is enough to kind of be like, oh, hey, he or she understands the way that I feel, and that can sometimes stop it. But you're just going to state that, you know, oh, this is the way you feel. You're feeling upset. You wanted X, Y, Z, but you can't. And then follow through on your demands. I know that you want to put your coat on by yourself, but right now we're running late, so this time Mom's going to help you. And guess what? We can practice when we get home, and we can practice putting on your coat by yourself. And then just follow through. Put it on, pick them up, get them in the car if you can. Okay. Do you guys feel comfortable with that? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be fun because, see, this is a stressful situation, so you're gonna role play with a partner. So Dylan, you and Dustin are partners. Kaden, you and Brian are gonna be partners. So you're gonna talk to your partner about a scenario that, think about when your kid is most likely to throw their tantrums. And you're going to talk with your partner about it, and then you're going to take turns practicing. So first, Dylan, you're going to pretend to be Dustin's kid and throw a tantrum. Pretend like you're him, and you're going to scream. I mean, you don't have to throw yourself down on the floor. I mean, this is just but you're going to do that, and then he's going to try to talk you down. He's going to practice, because honestly, the way that we learn is by practicing how to do these things, right? It's going to be weird and awkward, I know, but it's a fun way to practice. Then you're going to swap, and Dustin, then you're going to practice being Dylan's kid, and you're going to throw a tantrum. Dylan's going to talk you down, okay? Think you got it? Where are we at on time?
9.5.
Okay. So talk with your partners a little bit. Go ahead, and then we will practice. Remember, you're going to calm yourself first. You're gonna acknowledge their feelings, and then you're gonna follow through on your demands. It can be silly, but it helps lighten the mood to practice about a stressful situation, and it gives you a chance to practice how you're gonna respond. Okay? I think we can stop there.